All right, so I just got on the phone now from a very, very senior member of the Apex Bank in Nigeria. And while a lot of the things this person told me is for my personal consumption, but people are actually worried about the new direction of the Nigerian economy, as it were. And it's painful that Nigerians are, in the person's words, I'm trying to hide the gender too, so no links particularly. It's painful that we as Nigerians we are concentrating on the minors and we are allowing emotions to lead us, as it were. It's quite painful. In the person's words, it's painful that going on social media, the conversations are about the most frivolous, the most not necessary. And then maybe because the person saw the fact that I've had to do two videos back to back about this new tax reform bills, and then the person is speaking. Why the person is not so much bothered about the tax reform? The person is bothered that there are a few things that are happening in this country that Nigerians are not paying attention to. The person did mention that am I aware of the excuse me, excuse me, of the several transfers that have been done. There is a master plan to decentralize the Central Bank of Nigeria from the Abuja strength, as it were. And it's unfortunate that departments of central banks were relocated to Lagos, already congested, already tightened Lagos, and it was normal. Of course, the sitting president could do, but Nigerians are yet to understand that. So, if you marry that particular information, and now you marry it with the new structure of an official. See, if there was an official decentralization of Central Bank of Nigeria, that a handful of departments were taken to Lagos State, and right now there is a proposed plan for a new tax regime, that should worry you. However, because this person spoke to me and shared very personal information with me, is that I cannot take out in public. And as we move on, I'll begin to get into a few of them and using innuendos and sarcasm to communicate such. But I went to the comment section of my last video where I spoke about the proper delineation, structuring of the new tax, of the current tax regime and the proposed ones. And a few persons that are standing for it, they said a few things that should worry me, and one of them was quite striking. So I'm going back to the video right now on my other phone. So there are several comments. Okay, so the first one here is from Stainless Prince, and Stainless Prince say, "No, bro, you got it wrong here. I was privileged to attend this tax recruitment exercise, training for this VAT collection and its structuring system. I got to understand that these companies have different shortlets or branches. VAT charged will not be recorded at the headquarters but directly from its point of charges, which means if it was charged in Delta State, it will be recorded right there for revenue in Delta State. Every state has this VDI, which is going to make sure it records every time that is coming from the state, so no head office power will be in place. Good for you." And like I told him in my comment, listen to my comment before I go further. Now, here is the problem. In other climes, that kind of system must be first implemented and utilized for a period of time before proposing to update the tax laws. Why proposing everything at the same time? Why not begin the structuring and systematic separation first to gain trust and to ensure that it's going to work? Imagine the law is passed and the structuring isn't done. What's next? Or was it not in this country that INEC proposed to use BVAS and IRF for election result transmission and collation, but turned around to do as they wish and judges permitted them? If you think mere proposal being communicated to get us happy, you are the one wrong here. Again, like I said, we have seen a lot. First, understand that there's a trust deficit in this country. There's a trust deficit, people to people, government to people, people to government. And that's how why people will be protesting, government will be using anti-protest. Government do not trust the people. The people do not trust the government. And it's been over the years, we've seen that repeated. There's a trust that not because we are not just being wicked. The last election, it It was embarrassing to say, but let's leave that aside. Propose the system, because moving forward, you are saying that if somebody goes to do something that is bad, I'm asking you, what of the electronic situations, the bank charges, for example, the subscription charges, or data, cable news network, and several other charges that do not have any affiliation to a state? What are you going to charge that? That's the problem. And to make matter worse, Joshua Ereneden now makes it very worse. He said the tax reform bill is poised to pass, as it was not conceived overnight. Early last year, a friend of mine who works with Lapo Microfinance Bank informed me that the headquarters of Lapo has been relocated from Benin to Lagos. He explained that this was in compliance with a new directive from the Central Bank of Nigeria, mandating that all bank headquarters must be situated in Lagos. At the time, I remarked that the development hinted at a broader agenda that was not yet apparent to the public. Over time, the underlying intentions have become closer. Therefore, the tax reform bill represents a long-time, carefully calculated plan, and its passage appears inevitable, given its deliberate and strategic conceptions. This is the problem. God will bless you, Joshua. Lapo that began in the market of Benin, Lapo that began like an Olidara in Benin, Lapo lift above poverty organization where our mama do. Take train some of us for school, take survive. You are relocating the headquarters that is in Benin, in Donsi Road, Lapo's office. There's a training institute itself in Uselu. You have relocated CBN. And Nigerians are bothered about the most frivolous and the most unnecessary. Who do NGO, who not do NGO, who be this one, who not talk, wait till this one talk. We are concerned, and these things are happening. You hear that guy? It is been strategically planned over the years. And some of you are this. When they say we could not elect Dons as governor, no elect us. This is why this party, Tinubu, wants a one-party system in the country, to put his governors and his puppets in place that cannot attack, because this is where governors are supposed to be talking. House of Assembly are silent, because everybody wants to look at local government chairmen that were elected under the law, even if the elections were rigged, for them to begin. And I've said that I'm not an idiot. I'm not a coward. The fact that I supported that to become governor doesn't. I cried on the day of the House of Assembly election in Edo State. I cried. The video is still online. I cried when I saw the massive rigging that happened, that the PDP used in rigging the House of Assembly elections in Edo State. I cried. In the local government election, that's not, of course, it's not, basically it's not the first. Nobody conduct local government elections in this country, so let's forget about that. However, the same people that were elected or sworn in were the ones that went to new government level to go and say we pledge loyalty, because the fear of, because anything can happen. The man can usurp the constitution, usurp administrative separation of powers, and say disbanded or suspended, and look for all that. That's why we have got a one-party system. The president engages INEC and the police to ensure that his puppet or his party puppet is made to be governor, so that things like this nobody is speaking. I said it, if Wike wasn't with Tinubu and he was still in PDP and he was governor by now, this thing, okay, except that Rivers was supposed to benefit. You did hear that? You moved a full bank that did not have a problem. The bank has spread around the country from his Benin base. I didn't even know. I got people that worked. I have to start calling them, and they confirmed it, that the headquarters of Lapo has been moved to Lagos. And then you are now coming to tell me that is not this. And then you are trying to please it. You are trying to rob. We are deceiving ourselves. Implement. Why are we treating symptoms? Why go to federal system of government? Why are we bothered? Why are we still doing 30% derivation with tap oil? Allow the state to manage our resources. That is why we are Federal Republic of Nigeria. Why are we not? Why are we dealing with symptoms? Why is Tinubu concentrating? The other day he said the proposal will be, everybody started to talk, okay, it's a good idea. The next thing, the president said that it was a proposal from an individual. If they have not accepted it, now you are bringing new tax reform. Why is it comfortable for you to provide a new tax regime instead of allowing state, even Lagos state, to benefit? Unfortunately, some of the states where they have exploration, they will require that the headquarters be moved to their state. That's the distance. Because Lagos state currently at the moment, if we go into federalism of government, they will benefit, they will be top, but it's going to be for a while, because some of the companies where they are exploring and they just have administrative base, they will request that they move their administrative base to their state. That's it. And somebody was writing, tell your governors to go and develop your state. Are you aware that some state governors have been asking for doc? Do you know because of the politics, we don't want to get into the gele system. But if you go into details, you realize that the federal government is yet to approve that the state government continue with the exploration of the gele system. Of course, now Gbewole is governor, and that may not even be something that is going to open the books, because all these states have the depth of the water around the south state. None of these states cannot have their own dock where they will be able to do and have businesses thrive, open up the environment. But we are in a system that has caged. Unfortunately, we had a dunce in Buhari. Now we have brought somebody who is smart. I'm telling you, no disrespect, Tinubu is a smart man, but he's smart to a particular end. Manipulating system, relocated CBN. Now you have relocated LAPO. This is the one we are aware of. Now all microfinance, all banks headquarters must go to Lagos instead of going to Abuja. That is the capital territory, capital city of the country. And CBNs, his puppet in CBN is masterminding it, and I should trust you. And you are coming to tell me that he means well? No, sir. The best proposal anybody can be putting up for this country is that we return to either regional government or return to state federating units. Simple. Don't deceive yourself. Any other thing, you are treating symptoms, and it's deceptive and manipulative. Deceptive and manipulative. See, I'll continue to say the things I say, and I'm saying it here now because for some of us, I've got dreams. I want to be governor of my state tomorrow, and I want to sit and not be. I don't know why it's difficult for these guys, and I'll be waiting for federal allocation. No, sir. We need to move away from this. This is 2024, for Christ's sake. No country runs the way we run. In the United Kingdom, it is city council. City council, I mean a local government authority that is running the country in their own unit with all. You apply for school in your city council, the laws are different as well. Of course, there are some that are basic. There are rules that the federal government can play. There are foreign policies. There are territorial defense. There are several things. Allow the state to run. What is all this financial autonomy, fiscal autonomy without administrative and political autonomy? Why are you doing this? Allow this. Oh, God. Oh, Allah. I'm out of. We go there, the talk. More than they concentrate on the wrong things. They spoil people. Oh, God.